Back to iHeartMedia West Michigan Weekend. Chuck LaTour here. Tyler Smies back in the studios. It's been a year.
Yeah, it has.
And talking about one of the great programs across West Michigan, as we talk across the world, really, we're talking about the First Tee. We're all talking about golf, and no one really does it better than you do, because not only you're using this great game we all love and enjoy, but you're using it as a teaching tool for kids.
Yeah, so the First Tee, it's all about teaching values and life skills through the game of golf. So values like perseverance, honesty, integrity, they're woven into the game, but so many kids don't have an opportunity to learn through the game because of where they're coming from, maybe income issues, transportation issues. We make sure that any kid that wants to participate gets a chance to learn through the game.
And there's safety issues, too. We talked about this, I think, off-air one time, that, some kids find themselves in a situation where they go to a home with no heat or a neighborhood that may not be safe for them. And you provide a safe place where kids can do their homework. And it's really a refuge. It's a golf course. It's a program. It's friendship. And it's safety.
Well, really what we're all about, we were built around relationships. So, a lot of people are fortunate and blessed to have mentors and mentees in their life. Other kids are not. And so we essentially build relationship around the game of golf, where students are actually getting relationships with peers, but also with mentors and mentees, and learning through the game, but also working on their schoolwork, talking through different things that are going on in their life that are completely unrelated to the game of golf.
But the integrity of golf is, woven into the fabric of what you do, like you say, and honesty. Do your homework. Don't cheat on your homework. Count your score, or count your work. Do your homework. Be accountable.
Right. So many sports. I love a lot of different sports, but so many sports you're really towing the line with what you can get away with before a ref calls you on something. And golf is just totally set up differently. You have to call your own penalties.
I think the line is, and I know from coaching hockey, I told my kids all the time as centers, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. You've heard that line,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
On how to win a face-off.
Absolutely.
It's the polar opposite in golf.
Right. You're calling your own penalties. No one's out there blowing a whistle when you do something wrong, right? It's up to you to call that. And the game is built around integrity, and it allows for the perfect platform to say, this is how it works in the game of golf, but it matters like this in life too.
How many kids are you working with this year?
So last year we worked with more than 700 students in the West Michigan
that's more
area.
than I thought.
Yeah, a lot of students. We've worked at 6 different golf courses last year, 1 in Muskegon, 5 here in Grand Rapids, and more than half of those students are on free and reduced price lunch at school. So kids that more than likely wouldn't have an opportunity to learn through the game if it weren't for the First Tee.
And you got kids coming back. You have some kids back their 4th, 5th year.
Yeah, we're in a really cool spot right now. We've actually had multiple graduates that are now move on into college, and we've got our first that actually went back for professional golf management. He's at Ferris State right now as a freshman.
No kidding.
Another one at Davenport, another one at CC. So these students were with us for 5 years. This isn't meant to be something that you come a couple weeks and then you walk away. We really want to build a relationship with kids over a long period of time.
700 kids over the course of how many years?
It's 6 now, Chuck.
So you and your bride have no children.
No. I like to say we have 726 kids.
You've had a lot of kids, and kids have gone off to college. It's fantastic. And now you hear from them to say what an impact you have and your program have had on their lives.
Right, and they come back and they volunteer, which is one of the best parts about it is they understand the value that the coaches that worked with them had, and now they want to be that coach to the younger students that we work with, which is just a great transformation to see the full cycle.
Tyler Smies is with the First Tee program. It's a golf life skills program. Now, unfortunately, one of your golf courses is no longer there.
Yep.
We talked about the Highlands. I drove through there, just knowing you were going to be here to just take a look around. You've moved on to a better location in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So for us, the Highlands, a lot of people might know this already. It got shut down and obviously is now part of Blandford Nature Center. We're excited that it's just part of a good thing for kids to get to already, So that's great. We've got a new space. We've been working with this golf course, Stormy Creek Golf Course on the southeast side for 5 years already. So we know them intimately well. They have really the same mindset. They're a nonprofit unto themselves, their organization. And so they know we're good for them. We know we're good for them. It's just a really good spot for us to be. We've got more space for us to do the tutoring that we want to do with our students in the wintertime, more space for our growing staff. Obviously, working with 700 kids, our staff continues to grow, needed a place to put them. So, a lot of things happen to our benefit, and while we love being at the Highlands, I think this move was really for the best.
The 700 kids at the course Stormy Creek, which a lot of folks won't know the name.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the name until this year.
Sure.
It was called
Fellowship Green. Some people know it as the Christian Recreation Center.
Yes.
A lot of different names. It's now Stormy Creek Golf Course. It's a great facility to learn the game. Short, flat, simple golf course, which is really what we need to succeed with our kids.
And you're showing these kids a new path, a safe path, a healthy path in life. It doesn't come cheap. It's not easy.
No.
You said a great majority of the kids are on a reduced or sometimes maybe free.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help you. You still have to pay for a program.
Yeah, so 90% of our revenue actually comes from donations. So it might be corporate gifts, individual gifts, our fundraising, golf outings that are coming up this year. Those are the ways we actually raise the money. And we have our open house to see this new space next week, Saturday, April 8th at Stormy Creek Golf Course. 1:30 to 5 p.m. It's right during the Masters, so you have a chance to watch the Masters with some of our kids and volunteers, get to see the space for the first time if you've never seen it. We'd love for people to come out.
And people who are into golf, right? Many of us have a charitable spirit about ourselves, but really don't. I mean, let's say I came into a bunch of money someday. I'd want to, of course, give back, but there are so many worthy organizations. I always wonder, who would I actually, what am I actually into? What would I feel the best about? And I often think of the First Tee because as you know, at one point I thought I was going to be good at the game.
Yeah, the game has that happen all the time. Yeah,
but I think what a perfect place to give back to, because not only are you giving back to the game in a future sense, but you're helping kids today in the neighborhood that really, and oftentimes are kind of left to fall through the cracks.
Right, and not even just money is needed. Obviously, money is a huge thing. We operate a $400,000 budget now annually, but if you don't have money to give, but you've got time to give and you love the game and you love kids, we rely heavily on volunteer coaches. It's a 2-hour commitment once a week. We're always looking for volunteer coaches. We're on every side of Grand Rapids. We're in Muskegon. We'll be in Holland this fall for the first time. So really, if you're in the West Michigan area, there's a golf course probably within 15 minutes of your house that we're working with kids, and you could come out and help them.
The more I hear about this, the more I like it. You've got the golf outings coming up. We can find out more on your website, obviously, but tell us about when those are coming.
Yeah, so the traditional 4-person scramble is out at Thousand Oaks Golf Club on July 31st. We actually have a new format in the morning, 4-ball, play your own ball, 2 low net handicap. So if you're somebody that wants to play a beautiful course like Thousand Oaks and play your own ball, got a format for you there. Our biggest fundraiser is actually coming up earlier than that on Friday, June 2nd at Stormy Creek Golf Course. It's our 4th annual golf marathon. So we get golf nuts like you, Chuck, and we say, hey, you love to play the game. You love to play the game fast. Let's get out on the course, play as many holes as you can in a day, reach out to your friends and family for per-hole pledges and flat donations. Last year, we raised $100,000 through that event. It is a huge part of our budget, and we're essentially relying on people that love the game and they have their contacts to reach out and say, hey, this program has been great. I've seen it in action. Why don't you come alongside me and support me in this marathon?
How many holes do you wind up playing usually?
Last year,
I mean, you're there all day.
Yeah,
obviously.
Chuck, I played 200 holes last year, and I wouldn't advise that. It's possible.
I've played 200 shots in a round.
No, 200 holes of golf at Stormy Creek last year. I played from 7 a.m. till about 8 p.m. Straight, and I was tired.
I'll bet.
I'll tell you that, but everybody can get to 100 holes almost out there. You can get to 100 holes by 1 o'clock in the afternoon because we're playing 18 holes in 75 minutes, and that's what I love because I love to play fast golf.
Yeah.
Love it. So.
Now, okay, so 100 holes, what would a guy generally come up with as a fundraiser? $100, $1,000?
Yeah, good question. We ask each marathoner to try to commit to raising $2,000. So some of that might be your own gift. We found if you can get 10 people to sign on the dotted line to pledge to you, you'll probably get to the $2,000 mark.
It is such a great idea for a way to reach kids through a game we all love.
Yeah.
The First Tee program, Tyler, what's your website?
TheFirstTeeWestMichigan.org.
Well, I just love everything about it. And so if I had 10 friends to raise them, I appreciate your time. Tyler Smies, the First Tee of West Michigan. Thanks.
Thank you for having me, Chuck.